At the beginning, when meeting clients, typically what I really focus on is building a relationship with them. I know it sounds like a simple thing, but when it's the foundation of your relationship working together, it becomes a really large thing. Mm-hmm. So building that trust at the outset and even the project orientation call, I try to do that by pretty much showing the client that I know the situation that they're in, this is a big deal to them. Also, I want them to know that I know what I'm talking about. So that's something that's important to me, is to show them that I've done this a million times, that I'm here to help them and be their advocate. And then often throughout the project, if that's something that goes well, then the client feels like they can come to me with either problems or solutions or ideas. And in the end, it makes for a lot better website. A successful project management strategy to me is when, a project manager really needs to be somebody who is one step ahead of the client and the project as a whole. So for me, those skills are really lie in pre-planning for a project. So not only knowing what the scope of the work is, but also the background of the client and kind of what their pain points are and the solutions that you need to bring to the table. Also some forecasting involved in that, so looking further out, are there any roadblocks that we're going to be running into along the project so that we can foresee them and ask for those questions up front from the client. And then also just the ability to be really agile. So if all of those things go off the rails, then you're able to react and still stay on plan and come up with solutions to, still stay on track of the project. So I really love all of the challenges that each project brings individually. So when I get a new scope of work, something more complex is actually really exciting for me. Coming up with different unique ways to overcome these challenges or come up with a different solution to meet the client's end goals, I think is the thing that gets me most excited about what I do every day. No one client is the same, no one project is the same, and we all know that here. It's a pretty collaborative effort to get a website up and live, and I think just coming in every day and knowing that it will be different and that we get to help these clients make something great at the end is what gets me psyched. So I think I'm probably biased in this, but I love all of our project managers. I think we have a great group of people that we're really open to working collaboratively with everybody, not only on the Imagine end, but with clients in the larger teams. Everybody, actually, it's really funny, everybody here has a background coming from sitting on the corporate side. So we've actually been in a client's shoes before. We know the types of challenges that they face and how to help them kind of navigate that, as well as getting them what they need here from Imagine. We know in our position that as much as we can prep and we can be planned, that the plan doesn't always go according to how it is, and there's outside factors that weigh into those reasons, right? So things happen along the way that are maybe a little bit contentious in a project. And I think the best way to handle that is, talk to the client, be upfront with the client as far as coming to them on the table with what the real problem is. But then also, I never come with a problem without a solution. So there's usually 2 or 3 options to pick from. Like, here's the easy one, here's one that may be a little bit harder to convince everybody, and here's one that is, completely a departure from the path we were heading on. And usually, at those points is where you kind of strike gold in a project, I feel, because it's usually the challenges that come from something that's a little bit more complex. So when you think about it differently from how you were, you would usually end up with something better. So I think the foundation for any strong relationship is just that trust factor. So I talked about it at the beginning, really where the client feels like they can go to you for everything. So that presents its own project management challenges because they come to you for everything, right? Capacity and all of that. But I like that better with clients, especially when you have this this long-term relationship with them. Because they're kind of an open book, right? So you can see into their world a little bit better, and you can even be more consultative with them. You can say, I know that you have this thing coming up every year. Let's start to think about that differently ahead of time and work a little bit off season to make sure that they know that, they're always top of mind for us. You actually live in each other's world a little bit. So I think that's what makes it so successful is it's not just kind of a one and done project. We have so many clients like that are ongoing relationships, and they feel like they can email us anytime to say, hey, we have this thing coming up, can you help?